I think, like, as a sociology major, I guess I do have, like, yes, a more, like, left point of view and everything, and from what I've learned. And I think your comment, I guess, like, on the man versus bear thing, I think, like, the concept of that, it's not, like, it's, like, I mean, you understand, like, why it's even being said. So it's not. It's
No,
not, like,
I don't.
It's about, like, how a man would, like, rape you versus a bear wouldn't. That's the whole thing, like, the sentiment of man versus bear.
Do you think a large majority of men would rape you?
I think that's very plausible.
I think that's outrageous.
What percentage would you say?
I think that's absolutely outrageous.
I can't put an exact percentage on it, but it's extremely, I mean, it's well documented. There's so many cases that go, unreported of men, raping women. And that's just what it is.
There's probably an equal amount of women who falsely accuse men of rape, too. I don't know what type of men these women on the show interact with on a daily basis. I've got a couple decades on you. I've met so many men. I don't know any. I've never met a man that would rape me or.
Well, that's your opinion. That's
have you? Have you interact? Are you?
I've been assaulted. Yes, I have.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think the percentage is?
I mean, I think it's like you said. Yes, there are like women that falsely accuse men, but it can go both ways, and I do think it's more significant for men to end up taking advantage and assaulting women. And I think that is.
Okay, just one point of clarification on this, because assault is sort of this umbrella term that can encompass anything from, and it would still be a crime, but anything from like, and it's wrong, but a guy like grabbing your butt at the party, clearly wrong. But I think we would agree, not as severe as like a woman who's like violently stranger raped in a parking lot, right? So when you say assault, can you, I guess, specify what you're talking about?
I guess, I mean, it is kind of an umbrella term for, unwanted touching and getting assaulted either sexually or violently or physically. But I mean, I just think it's any unwanted advances. I think that is what assault can mean, and I don't think it has a specific definition for that. Like, I think it is like, people take it a little too far, like, sometimes like falsely accusing people of doing things and exaggerating the truth. But, I think it's just, I'm kind of standing by the belief of like believing the victim first. And like, that's just kind of like what, like.
I agree with her.
I don't.
I disagree.
Yeah, very much disagree. I just want to ask, so because I'm a biological male, do you think I'm capable of raping somebody? Do you think I'm at risk of raping somebody just because I identify as a biological male, or that I identify myself as biologically male?
Well, I think anyone could rape someone.
So then, you think women also have the capability of rape?
Oh yeah, of course. I never said they didn't.
Do you know how high it is?
I don't know the exact percentage.
It's very high. I don't know the exact percentage offhand too, but I do know it's very, very high. It happens.
Of course it happens. I'm sure it does happen. Yeah.
So it's not something that's exclusive to men, is the point I'm trying to make.
I totally agree.
It kind of sounds like that's what you're trying to make it.
I didn't mean to say it like that. I do think both sides,
I appreciate the clarification.
all genders are, capable of rape, of course.
I guess with this following question, I do want to tread carefully, and of course, if you don't want to talk about it, that's totally fine. Perhaps just to give us context because I think somebody asked the question, like, who here has had one of these negative experiences? You had indicated you had been assaulted. Totally understand if you don't want to talk about it. Would you feel comfortable sharing some details or no?
I mean, it was someone I met on Tinder. This was my freshman year. I'm just going to be kind of vague, but sure. I was super drunk. I was the only one drinking. He was completely sober. He was 5 years older than me. And I ended up, I was freshly 18, and I hadn't had really any super close sexual relations since my ex, which was the first person I was with. And I think that he did, I don't know, I wouldn't want to label it as assault. See, this is where it is get a little bit murky, but it is like my story and how like my perception of him kind of taking advantage of me and trying not to use, like, I don't know, I don't want to get too into it, but I did feel like a little bit taken advantage of. I don't really feel like being detailed right now.
Okay.
Low key, it's kind of not.
Can I say something to that?
Yeah.
So it kind of goes to my point that maybe soliciting men on Tinder, maybe that's not the best group or caliber of men. Maybe that's the problem. Like, You
I
know what I
know,
mean?
but-
Do you know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you're looking for randoms to hook up with. It's probably not the most.
Yes, yeah.
If
don't
I
think-
can, so you said you met him on Tinder,
Yeah. this was-
and then this was like your first time hanging out.
Yeah.
Okay, and then like what time did you go to meet him? I guess.
It was late at night. I do know that what I was doing was
Had
probably
you
not smart, but I was,
Was it like a Friday or Saturday night or something?
I
You
don't
were-
remember.
Okay. When you say you'd been drinking, had you been drinking with him, or had you
He
already
was giving me alcohol.
had you
and
already
I
been
was-
drinking prior?
I was drinking a little bit prior, but he was giving me alcohol.
So
and
maybe
he was-
was it like a Friday or Saturday night where you were maybe like partying? Were you out partying beforehand?
not like partying necessarily, no.
But you said you'd been drinking prior to meeting him.
I mean, yeah, like a little bit.
Okay. Because I mean, I know a lot of people who, here at UCSB, it's a really big party school. People have,
This was in Santa Cruz,
pre-games. People pre-game. People, drink whatever, and. But then you met up with him, and then he had some. You said he was totally sober. Okay. I mean, to your credit, I think it's a little weird if you're drink to somebody and you're not also drinking that.
That is weird.
That is
It's,
kind of
like,
weird. That is
blatantly-
that's kind of
It
a
is.
little sus. I'm not, and in terms, you said you felt like you were taken advantage of, so you guys did have sex. Okay. Was it a one-time thing, or did you
It was
continue?
No.
You didn't continue
I
seeing
literally, I was a mess
Okay.
after. No.
And when you,
Yeah.
like, were you completely incapacitated?
Not completely, but like,
Well, how much had you drank?
5, 6 shots.
5, 6 shots? Okay. I
Maybe
mean,
a little more.
that's a lot of, with him. Okay, not like for the pregame. Okay, that's a lot of alcohol. I'm a lightweight. I would be fucked up. I don't even drink though. I don't really drink. Okay. Well, I'm sorry to hear you had that experience. Although you yourself seem to have indicated that you were a bit hesitant or on the fence as to exactly how to categorize what happened. You said that you do, of course, feel like you were taken advantage of.
I can go into
but-
more detail. I just don't feel comfortable. Like.
Oh, you don't
informing
have to.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, of course, you don't have to if you don't want to. But okay. So I don't know. That was stemming from the man versus bear thing, I guess. I guess we can quickly just go into that, just because it came up or whatever. I guess going around the table. So the question is, there's a whole bunch of different ways to frame it. I guess. You are on a hike, and would you rather encounter a random man or a random bear?
A random man.
I mean, I can go 50-50 with this, depending on how I feel right now. But
Well, it sounded like earlier you were more so on the side of bear.
yeah, I guess, like physically, yes. Like at the immediate presence of a bear right there, like that's obviously, yes, I would choose a man in this instance, yes.